All right, everybody, we're going to introduce you to Austin Roberts. We're going to introduce you to something else, too, right here. Look at here. Whoop, whoop. That's a big old boar coon right there. Now, we got a story to tell you. I'm going to hand Austin the camera here so he can record this. But we got a story to tell y'all for y'all to listen to. Woohoo! All right, here we go. Now, we had this little old puppy we cut loose of this old dog. Woo-wee! Old puppy went in there, got in front of that coon, said, oh! Took off after him. Oh, I was all tore up. Austin, that's my puppy right there. He said, no, that's the old dog. We got to listen. Sure enough, it was the old dog. About that time, about 45 seconds later, that old puppy said, ow, ow, ow. Son, and the race was on, son. She took off down the creek. She went on. Old dog couldn't even keep up with her. She done got going so fast. Ow, 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 ow. Thought she was running a deer. Looked at old Garmin, told Austin, said, can't be no deer right there. You see how crazy that track is running? I said, ain't no deer gonna run like that. Deer gonna run straight. So, we sit there and listen for a little bit. I said, son, she getting around through yonder. We got to go. We jumped in the truck and we fired off down through yonder. We run around the truck. Son, I told Austin, I said, I hear something in the woods. I said, what is that? I said, that's that dog. I said, no, she 150 yards. About that time, something come running. We jumped out the truck, looked at that. Woo, what was it? Coon come across the road right there. Went under the creek. Went up under the terracotta pipe there. And when we watched him on up the creek, I said, uh-oh. So we listened here, and all of a sudden, hear that puppy. But she went on up on the hill. She got like she want a tree. I said, come on, let's go up on the hill, see what she gonna do. We get on up in there. We walk up to it. There's a briar thicket in there. Let me tell you, there's a briar thicket a rabbit dog wouldn't want to go through. You couldn't even get through it so bad. The old dog finally caught up with her. Old dog hit that briar thicket, turned around, and went back home. Said, I'm going to the truck. Ain't going through this. She come up, she met me. I said, oh man, Pepper done met me. It's over right now. I said, where'd he go, girl? Where'd he go? She fire. She looked at me and she said, oh! She took off. Son, she was just running down the hill. She went down there where that coon crossed the road. I said, son, we know she running a coon tonight. So I'm proud as it was. That's a puppy. Old puppy got hung up on the road, though. Walked on down there to the road. She's out here at that terracotta pipe. Didn't know what to do. I picked her up, put her on through that terracotta pipe. She went on the other side of the road, son. She got about 25, 30 yards on the other side of the road. Son, she off again. Wide open. Son, it wasn't about, 250 yards later, she throwed out the ugliest locate you ever heard. But I looked off and I said, boy, right there, anybody can call that dog. She rolled that son gun over, started treating like a sewing machine. Son, we had to run up in there, son. Woo, we got on up in there, let me tell you. Woo! Son, and she was up on a big old tree, leaned up over the creek. I don't know what it is about these coons hunting on these crooked old trees. But that's twice. And one, I got one last night, and one tonight. Old crooked old tree, old boy coon run up that son gun. That was sitting on the other side, pretty as a picture. Boy, we picked her up like they wouldn't know tomorrow. We went in there and said, ta-ta! Shot that bad boy out. Woo! Puppy done got her coon. Now look at it right there. Look at that right there, boy. That right there is a coon machine. She gonna be a coon machine right there. Look at her. Look at her right there. Woo-wee. Y'all wanna know who that is? That right there is Robert's Backwoods Queen. And she is coming for you and she is on fire. Woo!